We just have to talk about this because it's been brought up here and there by some Ninjago fans, and in my opinion this is just downright wrong, and so today I would really like to elaborate on why I actually think this way. So with this being said, let's begin with this topic, but before we do actually do that, if you haven't already and do appreciate the content I put out, feel free to at least consider subscribing to the channel. I would love to reach 4,000 subscribers by the end of the summer, so at the very least please do consider it. Sorry for the shameless plug here, but with this being said, on with the video. So let me just explain the context for this video. People have been saying recently that Lloyd in Ninjago Crystalized has been out of character, mainly at the very start because he quit, whereas in Season 4 he didn't quit. Now, yeah, in an extremely shallow kind of view of things, and if we're just watering it down entirely, yeah, that is true. However, a little thing called context exists and makes these two things completely different in two different settings. Because on one hand, in Season 4, Lloyd didn't quit, whereas all of the other ninjas did. And I feel as though that's mainly down to the fact that he was a little bit naive, I guess. He also kind of believed in himself much more, I guess, because he was younger then. And also, this doesn't really apply too much, but at the same time, he was a lot newer to the team then. And so that definitely did have an effect on Lloyd's reaction to what happened with Season 4. And I feel as though all of these reasons do play a pretty big role in why Lloyd didn't actually quit in Season 4. Whereas in Crystalized, Lloyd has been around much longer in the ninja team. He's not really the same person anymore, realistically. He is not as naive, and also he kind of sees himself as the leader of the team, and that's basically been established a lot more since Season 4. And so in a way he feels a lot more responsible for the loss of Nia, and that's definitely been established quite a bit, to be honest, even just with the Ninjago magazines. Lloyd feels really kind of guilty for everything that's happened with Nia, and so it's definitely been shown that it's taking an effect on him, and so he quit because he didn't want this kind of tragic event to happen to anyone else, and he didn't want any part of the ninja team for that reason. He's not as young anymore, he doesn't really have that much hope inside of him, and yeah, he's more of the leader nowadays, and so he felt responsible for the loss of Nia, he felt guilty, so he quit being a ninja and went to window cleaning, which makes a lot more sense. And I really don't think it's fair to judge both of these two scenarios because, as I keep saying, context completely matters, and it's a completely different scenario and setting here. Overall, this is yet another really strange scenario, and I'm kind of getting the vibes I got when people started comparing Season 5 Kai and Season 11 Kai. It feels like that same thing all over again, just with a different character and a different kind of storyline going on, and I feel as though it's really unfair to judge them both the same because obviously context makes a huge difference on both of these different stories, and they are entirely different, completely different in fact, and I really just do not think they're comparable in the slightest, really, unless you water it down entirely and ignore any kind of context. So yeah, it's definitely kind of an irritating thing I've been seeing recently, and I'm really not a fan of it. But I feel as though this is still a really interesting topic to discuss. So with this being said, feel free to drop your thoughts on all of this down below in the comments, because I think I've made my thoughts on this pretty clear. With all of this being said, if you did enjoy today's video and do agree with what I've said here, feel free to drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and do appreciate my content, and also turn that notification bell so you guys can be the first to keep up to date on all of the latest Ninjago news and view my content right when it does release. So with all of this being said, guys, I will see you all in my next video coming out very, very soon. Goodbye.